Before we go into that debate, we have big breaking news that's coming in. D Gukesh has been crowned the new world champion. He's won the Fide World Chess Championship is what we're given to understand. It was a complete thriller, but D Gukesh has become the youngest ever world champion. He was facing Ding Liren in game 14 of the World Championship. Gukesh was in black, Liren is in white, but as far as the decider went, Gukesh started out on a strong note, ending on the strongest note possible as well. Anand Narasimhan joining us, getting us. Anand, this couldn't have been any more of a proud moment for D Gukesh, for the entire country.
Yes, he's the youngest ever champion in the history of the World Chess Championship and only the second Indian Grandmaster after Vishwanathan Anand to win the World Championship title. So history has been made and beautifully it's gone right down to the wire. It's game 14 of the World Chess Championship and that's when this has happened. And it's just phenomenal because coming into this final after about 13 matches, they were both on level grounds at 6.5 points each. Each one not wanting to cede space, but Gukesh's preparation against Ding Liren coming to the fore in the likes of game 11, where he came back from the brink, and it also took Ding Liren's team by surprise the way Gukesh played, and he credited his entire team, Gukesh, for the kind of preparation that they had got. And point is, it came right down to the wire. A draw wouldn't do because both of them were tied, and game 14 was a 2-or tie. And Ding was playing with the white pieces. Like you said, it was Gukesh with the black, so Ding had the advantage of starting first. But Gukesh then really upping the game and not flinching, not breaking. And I think that mental strength coming out when the intent came. And, he countered this entire tried and tested Ding Liren's London opening. And then, opting for this reverse Grand Field. So, it just showed the kind of preparation at the back end that happened. And there was a trading of moves initially. Both knew what the other would do. And I think some standard moves happened fast. And then slowly, I think it got down when Gukesh started building up the pieces. And each trying to play the mind games. And Ding Liren is the reigning world champion. And Ding was also trying to test Gukesh, and clearly he had come prepared for the final. But Gukesh keeping his composure, outthinking, outmaneuvering. And at the end of it, I think Gukesh very clearly waiting. And after 30 moves, both players opting to enter this entire end game of the game. And that's when they traded rooks. Then they traded the queens, the pace going up. And eventually, I think the defending champion pushed to his absolute limits, and that's where he crumbled. And Gukesh really...
It was actually at move 55 is what we're learning, Anand. As far as the game went, at move 55 was when Ding Liren decided to make that move. That was the biggest blunder of the game. Immediately, as soon as he made that move, he seems to have realized what happened. He then resigns to his fate, gets up, shakes D Gukesh's hand. He's given up on the hope. He knows that this game is lost.
Yes, because it was time trouble. See, it was after that 30th move when that rapid exchange of rooks and queens happened and the move started going up, and then suddenly, because it was end game, Ding Liren spending more time to think about his next move of the possibilities, and he was on a clock, and with just 10 minutes left at his end on the clock, he was on the one under pressure because Gukesh had more than 60 minutes on the clock for his set of time, because Gukesh had been playing his moves fast. It was Ding Liren who time and again was left somewhere flustered, and that's where I think towards the end Ding Liren cracked, and he knew that there was no other go. And like you said, so from move 30 onwards to move 55, it all started moving very fast in Gukesh's favor. And towards the end, it was also time trouble. And when you're racing against time, you end up making mistakes. And that was the big blunder that you mentioned in the 55th move that handed the World Championship to D Gukesh, the youngest world champion in the World Chess Championship history. But more importantly, it's the second time an Indian Grandmaster has become the world champion. Second after Vishwanathan Anand. Vishwanathan Anand is for him his guru. He does not even sit when Vishwanathan Anand is around. That's how Gukesh is. And we've seen the kind of respect that Vishwanathan Anand, gets from these players, including Pragnanand and Gukesh. And he's been mentoring them. So credit to Vishy Anand also for the kind of preparation. Along with all the
Absolutely.
other
Sorry to
coaches
interrupt
who
you
worked so
there,
strongly with
Anand, but
Gukesh.
Praveen Thipse, former Grandmaster, also joining us. Thank you so much for speaking with us here on CNN News 18. In fact, we're bringing these visuals coming in of D Gukesh, that winning moment actually, sir, if you are also seeing this. And you can see the emotions that are running high. He knows he's won the game, and what a moment it is.
Yes, indeed. I think a fantastic moment for sure for entire country or for the world itself, because we are seeing a world champion who has broken the record of Garry Kasparov by 4 years and 3 months, I believe.
Second Indian Grandmaster to win the Fide Championship, the youngest ever at 18. If you've been tracking how D Gukesh has been performing, he's had a phenomenal run in the recent past, isn't it?
Yes, in fact, Gukesh was a talent which was probably detected much earlier by Indian players, but at the same time, the real opportunity which Gukesh got to play at the best players in the world was the Olympiad in 2022, where at the age of 16, he got gold medal on the top board and he played all the top players. And Magnus Carlsen was able to get only the bronze medal on that day, in that tournament. So I think that was the beginning of the sort of realization that he was going to be one of the best players in the world. In fact, he is one of the few players who has gained rating point in every tournament for last 2 years. And this Olympiad particularly was much better than the previous Olympiad, although in 2022 also he was the best performer, gold medal on the top board. And here he scored gold medal on the top board again. And throughout he has been leading, and the candidates was a very impressive score. So if we look at the general opinion before the match, everybody says that Gukesh was going to win hands down, and probably in just 12 games instead of 14, because that was the way he was playing. One of the strongest players in the history he has become, and that is what was seen by this match, that though he missed a few games and he could have won by a larger margin, but yes, he has established himself as one of the greatest players of all times by becoming a world champion at the age of 18 years and 6 months.
Absolutely. Praveen Thipse, thank you so much for speaking with us here on CNN News 18.